If you have EMIs running and the stock market is volatile right now, then this video can save you from a financial mistake what most professionals make. Hi, this is Mahesh Kathiravan, your debt freedom coach, and welcoming you yet another episode and video of about how you can manage your debt during this volatile market. Because nowadays, if you see yesterday only, last week you have seen the gold and silver have dropped. So how do you overcome this kind of such kind of panics in the market? And how can you pay your debts is what I'm going to show you in this video. Let's get started. So a big disclaimer, I don't want like just this video is only for education purpose. It's not for investment or financial advice. Because please consult your financial advisor, professional advisor, qualified professional. I am a QPFA as well before making any decision related to your debt investments or any financial investments, because market are volatile and personal situations differ. So this is only just for understanding purpose ki how you can maintain your debt, but based on your discussion with your advisor. Now, why debt feels heavier during volatile market? Now, this is what I will be teaching you about a lot of things. Now, who is Mahesh Kathiravan? A lot of people. Now, I'm a debt freedom coach working with professionals, so I've already done that. Let's understand. Real problem is not in debt; it is instability. See, debt itself is not an evil. Okay, the real issue is unstable cash flow, which is coming on. Why? Because if your income and expenses are predictable, debt became can become manageable in the debt bad markets as well. But your income is fixed for working professionals. At least I am talking about, not for the business or entrepreneurs. But the expenses are predictable. We don't know. Today milk rate will be same, but tomorrow it milk rate might change. Your Ola Uber charges might be today good, but tomorrow it might be changed. So we don't know. It might be fluctuating, but so that is why it's not predictable. And because of that, your debt doesn't become manageable. And because of that, even in the bad markets or good markets also, you're not able to overcome your debt. So I am today sharing you 6 rules by which you can pay off your debt in certain way, and also I'll be sharing you a small Excel file also. It will help you to define how this can be avoided or how this can you overcome this volatile kind of market. And still, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe, click on the bell icon and you will get all the updates. So rule number 1 is income first. Always plan debt repayment based on the assured monthly incomes, not on the bonuses, incentives, or market returns. See, so most of the mistakes what has happened professionals are doing, they link a mutual fund SIP to a debt goal, and then when that SIP gets you some returns, you take that money. It's very good. I am not saying it's not a good tactics, but over the long run, it will never give you a good return. Say, for example, if the market is volatile for certain months, what you will do? Your EMI is already charging out, right? Your SIP returns are not getting that much return what you expected in the initial time when you invested. So that's the problem and that's the gap. So always plan your debt refund based on your monthly income, not on the bonuses, incentives, or the market returns. Okay, rule number 2 is EMI control. Your total EMIs should stay within a safe percentage of your take home income. Okay, high EMIs will remove the flexibility doing a certain thing. What I mean by that is that say for example, you have a 60,000 monthly salary. So your EMI should be at least 10-15%. That's all you can do it. But if it is the requirement is that you need to go ahead, then you need to think of the alternate income or else you will go in debt. So higher EMIs will remove the flexibility during the uncertainty as well. Now, what is rule number 3? That is credit discipline. Avoid using credit cards and BNPL, the buy now and pay later options as lifestyle support. Don't do that. Credit should be controlled, not convenient. Now, what do I mean by that? See, today we are living in a fast-paced world. We don't have any time to look around what is happening inside our surroundings as well. So in this scenario, we use the credit card, which is a very plastic money, which is very easy to use. Just swipe it and that's done for the day. But when the time comes to pay your money, that's where you think about And that's what has made my debt also to 7 lakhs because of credit card debt. So I don't want to you to suffer that kind of things. So please avoid, think about, I'm not saying avoid, you have to do it because this is the time of this thing. But try to think that how can you manage your lifestyle to a certain extent that at least for certain time you don't have to use credit card and BNPL options, so that it can be controlled and then it can be managed to pay off your debt. Rule number four is emergency buffer. So because before the aggressive debt payment, okay, build a basic emergency buffer. That is very important. If you are already built, that's great. But if it's not, and it has to be 6 months, okay, general thumb rule is 6 months. So all of a sudden we can't create an emergency fund directly putting 6 months. We don't have that much money. Everyone don't have that much money. I'm not saying not all people will have it. Everyone might not be having that much money. So we can start with 3 months or 1 month or 2 months, but try to slowly increase it to 6 months so that you can have a good buffer of emergency, which can be used to clear off your debt during the markets are volatile. So that means your money is which is restored or which is in the reserve, okay, which is not usable, that you can use it for paying the debt. Now this prevents the new debt when surprise occurs. Rule number five, the second last rule, there is no debt, new debt rule. Doing volatile markets, please don't take any new loans unless it is absolutely avoidable, not available, avoidable. See, because we need to understand stability first and expansion later. I can understand if you're starting a business, you need to take the loan. That's okay. But remember one thing, can you repay the loan? That's what the thinking you need to understand. See, don't think on the business profits. Profit today may be there, may not be there. Today or tomorrow, the audience will not be. Tomorrow, clients will not there. What will happen? So don't think about that way. You think about this way, that how you can take less loans and make it more this thing, so you can sail over this volatile market. Once the market is good, go for it. No worries about it, because then you have rest assured about things, right? Rule number six, stability over speed. That is the last rule. Don't rush to close debt using risk investments or market timing. So for example, what I'm saying is that you take an index fund. Okay, say for example, it is for a mutual fund investor. You take an index fund and you think that, okay, by using index fund returns, I can close my debt. Now that's very risky, because actually index fund is a passive fund. Okay, everybody says that is a very good fund and is very good fund type and everything. But remember, from a debt perspective, I'm talking about, not from a saving perspective. I'm talking about the debt perspective. Debt perspective. If you see that money is not compounding to a certain extent, how the percentage is going. So your debt EMI is going very big and your return is very going slow. So the gap will be widened. So it's like a demand supply. So when there is a demand, the supply has to be there. But if that's not there, the demand will grow and the cost of that particular product will also grow. And that's where the problem lies. So your stability is more important than the speed. So it's very important that you need to understand where exactly you need to put the stop, the block, and then you start taking a new loan. Okay, now I will share you one a very important tool, which is called as a debt stability scorecard, which I tell you. And it's very simple Excel. I have made it, so you don't need to worry about it. And it's just a easy thing. Say, for example, you have a monthly income, like I was saying in the example, and you have a total EMI of 18,000. So I've taken the three examples. Okay, credit card outstanding 75,000, emergency fund 4 months. You can put it how many months you have, and what I did is that what is your debt to income ratio? Now there's a very important thing. Debt to income ratio is around zero point 0.3. That is 30% is 42 and 92. Okay, and EMI burden. What's this EMI burden? It is actually your same thing only. I'm not taking anything. It's just the same thing, but I've just made it simple words so that you can understand. So 30, 40, and 90. Now the stability score is that if it is less than or equal to 30% means you are stable. That means you are 30%, like 30% of your loan is there. Okay, but if you are like 60,000 to 25,000, it means 40% you are taking no loan. That means you are gone. And if it is 55,000 means like it's 90% of loan you're taking, which means is unstable. So this is what I shared with you. I will just hide this column and I will just share you what exactly this thing is. See, it's the same example I've taken 60,000, 60,000, 60,000, and I have just increased the EMI. So one is 18,000, one is 25,000 and another is 55,000. So if you see 30%, 42%, 92%. Now if you see 30% is stable. So more or less than 30 or less than equal to 30 is good. So if you take that 30% loan, that's good. But If you take more than 30%, that comes around 40% or 50%, which means that this is not right. So if I take in round of value, I will take it 50 to 50%. See, this means your risk. That means your 50% of your monthly salary is going to debt. That is your loan EMIs, and then 50% only you can manage the home. That's very impossible when considering family and considering a city like Mumbai, Chennai, or Kolkata, or this thing. So it's very, very difficult. Now, when we talk about the 55, that's 90,000. This is very, very difficult because even though your wife or your husband is working and they have not taken the loan, still the house will not be manageable in such a condition because you only have 5,000, which is very less. So remember one thing, this Excel file will give you an idea about how to move ahead and how to do things. Hope this video have helped you a lot in terms of going over or sailing over volatile market, and these rules please apply in your personal debt drive. And if you want a consultation call, paid consultation, there's a link in this below video. Just click on it, just fill the Google form. I will get in touch with you. You need to make a small payment of 500 rupees and we'll get into a call, and then I will discuss about how this can be moved. So thank you so much for watching this video. And if you like this video, please comment, please to share to your friends who are in debt, you are in EMI, who doesn't want, don't know how to get off this volatile market. Please do share the video. You don't know, you might help those persons. Thank you so much. God bless you. See you in the next video.